I never ever changed my phone to.
Okay, people, we are doing the Wikipedia on 1941, on Superman 1941 TV series slash film. It says film in the title, but it's more really of a short TV show. Well, I think I only had, let's check. I have it's part of the Arrowverse. It became in Crisis on Infinite Earth. So since it's part of the Arrowverse, I have an Arrowverse thing that shows me all the shows, and it tells me how many seasons. Yep, it only had one season. That's it. Only one season. Mhm. Mhm. Anyway, it is the first in a series of 17 animated terracotta short films based upon the DC character Superman, also known as the Mad Scientist. That's what it says on here. I think they missed a few stuff. The villain. One of the villains is I guess the Lex Luthor of the show, known as the Mad Scientist.
Do what wiki tells you.
I'm gonna pause this real.
Are you using the? I told you I figured it out.
People.
Doesn't you say you want to spend time with your brother?
But anyways, you can continue talking, Mom.
Doesn't you say you want to spend time with your brother? Mm-hmm. That was a series you and him could start. Mm-hmm. Then me and my brother react. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, people, I get back to the wiki because I got off of it to do something I did. But anyway, let me just get back to it, people, real quick.
Some little preschool fucking cartoon now that I got all these cartoon watching.
And what was it again?
I got Coco Melon and all these different cartoon channels. You're gonna literally walk in here. You were Paul one of these fucking nights.
I tricked her.
And catch me watching some little kids cartoons.
Everybody, she now has it on camera.
I'm only subscribed to it for your brother so he can react to Coco. Is you.
Well, when I get...
Just wondering.
Anyways, Superman was produced by Fletcher Studios and released to features by Paramount Pictures on September 26, 1941. Superman ranked number 33 in a list of 50 greatest cartoons of all time, sourced from 1994 poll of 100 animated professional, and was nominated for a 1942 Academy Award for Best Animated Short Subject. Well, good to them. It's actually pretty good. If you can find it, watch it. And if anyone here who saw my other previous videos I am with my nerd stuff, yes, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Batman, but I'm also a fan of Superman. I'm a fan of a lot of heroes, but with DC, mainly Batman, Nightwing, Red Hood, Superman, and Barbara Gordon. Who else was there? And the rest of the Justice League. And Green Arrow. The original 7 Justice League. Martian Man, aside from Martian Manhunter, he's in the middle since I don't know that much about him. And Green Arrow, Black Canary, and the Atom, Ray Palmer. The Atom. Anyways, back to me writing shit down.
Anyway,
I'm back. Directed by Dave Fletcher, story by Mother. Turn to pronounce names. I don't know how to pronounce. Just the story by. That's all I need you to do.
Story by Salamar Canidal and
Just so you know, she's probably not getting them correct.
Sabar. Hey, I'm at least getting first names. The first names were right.
Based on Superman by Jerry Hume and Joe Hume. Come on.
By Jerry Siegel
Hmm.
and Joe Sletcher.
I already know who made Superman and stuff and all that stuff. She's learning since she said, "Let's get into your nerdy world." So just in case I don't find a history of Superman video, she will at least know that starring Bud Colley, Jonah Alexander, Jula, no, Jack Mercer, and Jackson Beck. Okay. Music by Sammy Timberg, Winston Sharp, uncredited, and Lou Fletcher, uncredited. Made by Steve Munn and Frank Erner. Color Projects, Technicolor. Producer company Fletcher Studios. Disrupted by Paramount Pictures. Release date September 26, 1941. Running time 10 minutes. One reel. Language English. Plot. And the Daily Planet. Actually, no. We're going to get to the plot when Mom comes back.
Plot in the Daily Planet building, editor Perry White reveals to his two best field reporters, Clark Kent and Lois Lane, that an anonymous figure has mailed another threatening note, threatening to use his electrolysis ray to the planet. White assigns Kent to help Lois follow up her lead, but Lois instead insists that she'd like the chance to crack the story on her own. Lois takes off in a private plane to an undisclosed location on the top of a mountain where their very secluded layer/laboratory is located. He is preparing to fire his fantastic weapon, perhaps a particle beam or death ray, until his pet Bodger spots Lois' aircraft and alerts him. Upon her arrival, Lois is kidnapped, bound, and gagged as the scientist boasts to her about the success of his plan, and then demonstrates the weapon's power by aiming it at a bridge and destroying it. While listening to the radio, Clark and the other journalists learn of the coming disaster. As the police alert everyone to stay in their homes, instinctively, Clark steps into a storage room and changes into Superman before flying away. The mad scientist, Jack Mincer, then has the beam weapon weaken the foundations of the Daily Planet skyscraper, causing it to tip over. Fortunately, Superman arrives in time and prevents the structure from crushing into neighboring buildings or falling to the ground, successfully restoring the skyscraper to its upright orientation. Superman then pushes the death ray away from the base of the skyscraper and attempts to fight it back to the source, but the scientist increases the weapon's power, which also sends erratic pulses of energy Superman's way. However, Superman remains determined to fight it, preserving against the beam and punching out each pulse as they come, gradually pounding the beam back to the scientist's lab. Seeing that the beam has been overpowered, the horrified mad scientist increases power, but Superman uses that against him by twisting the barrel of the weapon into a knot, preventing the beam of energy from escaping, and the buildup of pressure causes the machine to overheat and explode as the scientist's lab disintegrates with the weapon's demise. The scientist and his pet bird attempt to escape, while Superman arrives to rescue Lois. Superman then captures the scientist just before his lair explodes and takes him to jail, and a newspaper headline shows the capture of the mad scientist. The scene dissolves back to the Daily Planet building, where Clark Kent and Lois report back to Mr. White. She has gotten a scoop on the story of the mad scientist behind bars, with thanks to Superman, and White commands her on doing it. Only Clark has the real scoop, winking at the end. Cast Bud Collyer as Clark Kent slash Superman, Joan Alexander as Lois Lane, Julian Noah as Perry White, Jack Mincer as the mad scientist, Jackson Beck as the narrator slash radio newscaster.
I was in the bathroom and my 1 year normal host is back for the ignorant shit. Anyways, if you have water, that's because I flush some type, not flush, fucking use the shower thingy to put some spider down the bathroom drain. I don't know if it's dead or not, but it was literally there watching me going to the bathroom, and I do not know what that thing would do if it bit me. One, just be a normal bite and just, you know, normal spider bites, non-poisonous, no venomous spiders. Or two, it would be poisonous or venomous, and either one, give me radioactive Spider-Man powers, two, give me a disease, or three, kill me by a short and painful death, or four, kill me by a long and painful death. And I don't think that anyone here will want to hear me come out screaming because the spider bit me and it burns inside my body. You know, no, Missy over here, Miss Mom over here, ain't gonna suck the venom out.
Oh, hell no. I ain't dying.
Especially if I'm streaming, it burns all over my body. And the venom's probably doing its job anyways.
I'll call you an ambulance, but I ain't dying.
You see, I could get bit by a freaking poisonous snake, and she'd be like, "Well, fuck you, I'm leaving."
No, like I said, I'll call you the ambulance and I'll wait there with
The
you.
ambulance ain't gonna come to the damn desert with the fucking venomous snake and shit.
If the ambulance don't come pick you up and take you to the hospital, that ain't on me.
Well, now you get a reproduction, goddammit. So you just said that. You gotta read the rest of this until it gets to something interesting. Read the title.
Production in 1941, Paramount Pictures acquired the film rights to DC Comics Superman, property created by Jerry Seagal and Joe Slasher. Paramount pitched the idea of producing
Slasher? Who you slashing?
a Superman series to
Her?
its animation producer, Fisher Studios. Co-owner Dave Fisher did not want to take on the task of producing such a demanding series. He went up to Paramount and gave them a ridiculously high budget quota of $100,000 per cartoon, 6 times the cost of their Fletcher's black and white Popeye Sailor cartoons, hoping to get Paramount to change its mind about the shorts. To his surprise, Paramount negotiated it down to a production cost of $50,000 for the first cartoon and $30,000 for substantial cartoons. And Max and Dave began work on the first short in the series, Superman. Steve Moffat was placed in charge of the first Superman short, as Fletcher and famous later famous the credited director actually served the roles typically ascribed to a film producer or supervising director, while the credited animators were the actual animation directors. Superman was produced with the same care and attention to detail that Fletcher staff had given to their first feature film, Gulliver's Travels, 1939, while some of the scenes in the cartoon made use of the rotoscope, a Max Fletcher invention, which allowed animation drawings to be traced from live action. Others were done by relying upon poses sketched from live reference models instead of traced footage. Most of the lead character animators at Fletcher were used to animating circulated humans and animals, and the assistant animators were tasked with maintaining the figures' realistic proportions, Character shadows, elaborate special effects, animation, and detailed animation layouts contributed to the attention to detail evident in Superman and its follow ups. Marketing. Paramount promoted Superman with a campaign highly unusual for an animated short, which was usually treated as a throwaway bonus on a movie theater's bill. The short was a notable success and was nominated for the 1942 Academy Award for Best Short Subject Cartoons, which it lost to the Pluto cartoon Lindy Paul.
Because I'm making evidence files for those stories I didn't. Wait a minute, why am I making evidence files?
Influencer animator Bruce Trim also was influenced to use Superman's finished color scheme and film noir approach to the successful Warner Bros. Television programs Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series. In both of these 1990 series, many of the character and background designs are based on the Fletcher Superman shorts. The scene where Superman disrupts the generator and causes the building's layer to explode was used to some extent in the episode Heart of Steel, where Batman attempts to throttle a plan by Hardark to murder and replace humans with androids. A scene in which the background characters are shown as black silhouettes while Clark listens to the radio was similarly used in Almost Got 'Em. The Iron Giant also references the short by playing the familiar motif at the mention of Superman. The cartoon featured the first appearance of the Superman wink when at the very end Clark breaks the fourth wall and winks at the audience. The joke being that he is the hero of Lois' story, but nobody in his world knows it, and he doesn't care. This became a regular feature of the Fletcher Superman
Where?
cartoons and was later introduced to the comics. The cartoon featured the Truth and Justice motto, which eventually became the Truth, Justice, and the American Way motto, with the premiere of the September 2nd, 1942 episode of the 1940 Superman radio series, and was originally changed to Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow in 2021.